stud.
Right, let's get you out of there, shall we? What's happened to you, alright?
I've been stabbed.
You've been stabbed? Whereabouts? Don't think you have, mate. Sandy's been stabbed, so
Where
let's
is it
just
you
check
think
him.
you've been stabbed? In the face? Oh no, but we have to check, don't we?
No.
In the face?
Henry was a first-year accountancy and finance student from Chafford 100 in Essex. He had thrown himself into campus life at Southampton Uni. He joined the football club, made friends, and on December the 3rd, 2025, headed out for a team social, the kind of low-key celebration thousands of students enjoy every winter. Dressed smartly in a white shirt, tie and quarter zip, he left his accommodation in Portswood at 8:30 p.m. CCTV from the lift captured him fixing his hair and holding a bottle of wine. Small, ordinary details that would later take on a haunting significance. It was the last time he would be seen inside his halls. He met his teammates, all dressed in the same shirt and tie theme, and was next spotted at a nearby off-licence at 9:01 p.m. buying a canned drink before continuing the night. By 10:33 p.m. he was at the Hobbit pub, a well-known student spot. He showed his ID, walked inside, lingered briefly, and left again just 3 minutes later. Nothing about his behaviour suggested trouble. Nothing suggested danger. He asked a friend to pick him up, but ended up walking alone towards his student accommodation. His route took him along Belmont Road, close to where Vikram Digwa lived with his older brother Gurpreet, his father Moga Singh, and mother Kiran Kaur. At 11:06 p.m. he was near Jester's nightclub, another student favourite, before deciding to head home. Alone now, he walked and jogged north, sending light-hearted Snapchat messages along the way. Friends later told investigators he was a light drinker, and toxicology confirmed it. Just 65 milligrams of alcohol in his blood, below the drink drive limit. He was coherent, aware, and simply making his way back. He turned onto Thomas Lewis Way, then into Belmont Road, a quiet residential street of Victorian semis. He was minutes from safety. At that same moment, 20-year-old Digwa, parked on Belmont Road, stepped out of a car. He had been helping his brother deliver takeaway food that evening. He was wearing a large ceremonial blade strapped across his torso, not the small kirpan typically worn discreetly by most Sikhs, but the much larger weapon associated with the Nihang order, who openly display their blades. Henry, still recording playful videos of himself singing, noticed the unusual sight and began filming again, in what the judge later called a tragic error of judgment. He jokingly asked whether the stranger was a bad man. The response was immediate and violent. Digwa snatched the phone and the recording cut out. What happened in the moments after the phone was taken is known only to the two people who were there. But based on the circumstances, it's not difficult to infer what likely unfolded. Henry would almost certainly have tried to get his phone back, a natural reaction for anyone who believes their property has just been snatched or that they're being robbed. That attempt to retrieve it may have triggered a confrontation, escalating a brief exchange into a physical struggle. Enraged, he stabbed the unarmed student 5 times, twice in the chest, twice in the leg, once in the groin, and slashed his face. The wound caused more than 2 pints of blood to flow into Nowak's chest cavity, but caused little visible damage through his dark outer clothing. Despite catastrophic injuries, Henry remained conscious long enough to try to escape, climbing onto a bin and a fence in desperation.
He keeps dropping side to side, so I'm just trying to keep him set up.
Alright.
He's got a mouthful of blood, I don't want him...
He was on the bin on the other side of this gate.
He's jumped over these fences and stuff like that.
Witnesses heard him cry out, "I'm going to die." Shockingly, Digwa filmed this on his own phone at 11:22 p.m. Moments later, his brother arrived and phoned their father. During the 999 call, Digwa interrupted to falsely claim he had been racially abused, a lie that would shape the police's initial response. Crucially, he did not mention the stabbing or request an ambulance.
It's emergency.
Yeah, we just been attacked by someone racially. Yeah, this.
Right.
He just attacked it. Took it to start. Sorry? Huh? Sorry, we just got attacked racially by some white person.
Right, okay. Whereabouts are you?
We're on Belmont Road.
Just out in the street, are you?
Sorry?
You're just in the street?
Yeah, literally, I just parked up my car to come home and he attacked my brother.
You're talking about verbally or physically?
No, he physically attacked my brother. We're Sikhs, we wear turban and he's just attacked my brother.
Have any weapons been involved?
No.
Okay,
Leave him 1 second. I'm calling the police. Leave him. We're restraining him, please.
Is that person still there?
Yeah, we're restraining him right now because he's just attacked my brother and took my brother's turban off.
At 11:23 p.m, his parents reached the scene. Video filmed by the brother captured Digwa asking his mother to dispose of the knife. Officers reached Belmont Road at 11:37 p.m, more than 15 minutes after the stabbing. They found Henry on the ground, bleeding heavily, surrounded by the family.
Got this stud.
Right, let's get you out of there, shall we? Oh.
Instead of treating him as a victim, officers appeared to accept Digwa's fabricated story.
What's happened to you, right?
This stud.
You've been stabbed? Whereabouts? Don't think you have, mate.
When Henry repeated that he'd been stabbed, one officer dismissed him. As he struggled to breathe, he told them 9 times that he couldn't. Only after reading him his rights did an officer finally ask where he thought he'd been stabbed.
He's saying he's been stabbed, so
Where
let's
is it
just
you
check
think
him.
you've been stabbed? In the face? Oh no, but we have to check, don't we?
Right.
In the face?
It took more than 3 minutes for police to realise he might be telling the truth. 3 minutes in which he received no medical care.
I want to apologise. I want to say that I am sorry that Henry couldn't be saved that night. I'm sorry that he was handcuffed and arrested in the moments before he lost consciousness. It's quite clear that officers didn't understand what had happened immediately. And that is some of the context I would ask people to understand. There had been a delay from those who chose eventually to call them. There were lies from Henry's killer in that 999 phone call. Further lies from his killer as officers arrived on scene. And despite Henry telling officers he'd been stabbed, it took them some minutes to realise what had really happened. But within 3 minutes of that engagement with Henry, they were giving him first aid. They'd taken the handcuffs off and they were giving him first aid.
By the time the paramedics were finally called and resuscitation began, Henry was already unresponsive. An air ambulance doctor arrived soon after, but the injuries were simply too severe. At 11:37 a.m, he was pronounced dead on the pavement where he had collapsed. Digwa didn't stop there. When officers finally arrested him, they discovered Henry's phone in his pocket. He kept it because he knew exactly what was on it, an incriminating recording he hoped to control. Even then, he clung to his story, insisting he was the victim of a racist attack. But when police applied to extend his detention, they transported him and his brother in a van and covertly recorded their conversation. Speaking in Punjabi, Digwa admitted stabbing Henry 3 times, including once to the chest with the dagger. There was no mention of racial abuse. Instead, the brothers calmly discussed how they might frame the killing as self-defense. Weapons, it seemed, were something of a theme with him. In 2023, his local Sikh temple in Southampton accused him of stealing £1,000 worth of ceremonial Shasta knives.
In 2023, Vikram Digwa had been reported to police by his local Gurdwara, or place of worship. We've spoken to the person who says they lodged the complaints over what they describe as safeguarding and the theft of weapons. We've revoiced their words.
I was really deeply concerned and made the reports to the necessary people and also chasing them as well. It really did impact me for a long time, his behaviour. He is a monster. He's not at all representative of Sikhs in our eyes.
In the end, Digwa was sentenced to a minimum of 21 years.
Today, Vikram Digwa was back in courts facing additional charges of possession of an offensive weapon. He appeared in court alongside Moga Singh and Gurpreet Digwa.
What caused him to erupt into such brutal violence while out delivering takeaway food with his brother is something only he will ever truly understand.
The jury confirmed what we've always known. Henry's life was taken from him unlawfully, violently, and without justification.